tree was sweet. This is kind of a clue as to the
Yeah, I don't
folks.
want to cheat.
Go ahead. Good. I think that was a cherry tree. So I heard somebody say the Native Americans, right? So Native Americans are credited with the discovery of maple sap, and they found out that it was sweet. There's a couple different theories as to how that happened. Some kind of folklorish. One of them is a Native American brave was hunting. He was really tired. He takes his hatchet and he buries it into a tree. And he lays down and he takes a nap. When he wakes up, a few hours later, he notices that there's sap running down the handle and there's a big puddle of sap down at the bottom. So he's thirsty, he takes a drink, and he realizes that it's kind of sweet. So that's one of the stories. Another theory is Native Americans being very in tune with nature and kind of learning from animals. They might have seen squirrels chewing on the buds of the trees. See the sap flowing there. A lot of times they would do what the animals did. A lot of woodpeckers will peck a maple tree, and if they're pecking a maple tree, it's usually it's a live tree, so they're not really looking for bugs in a live tree. You find a lot more bugs in a dead tree, right? So they're there. There's a woodpecker called the yellow-bellied sapsucker, and they'll peck a bunch of holes and they'll sit there and wait, and then they'll wait for that sap to come out and they'll lick that sap up. So Native Americans might have observed the wildlife, getting that sap. Native Americans probably, when they tasted it, it's only about 3% sugar, but that would have been very sweet to them. They would have had fruit and things in the summertime that would have been sweet, but nothing quite as sweet as what we have today, like candy bars and sodas and things like that. So 3% sugar would have been pretty hefty for them back then. So Native Americans, it said that they started teaching the colonists how to cook down the sap, turn it into sugar, and eventually colonists would use would start to cook down the sugar, and then they would have a sweet source of sugar in the wintertime.